Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Kay. And let's take a look at your comments. You say, I was an international student from Japan. I was in your English course in fall 2014. How are you doing, sir? I'm doing okay, more or less. You say, I heard that a gun violence happened in San Bernardino yesterday. You are correct. It is December 2nd, or it was December 2nd that we had, they're now calling it the San Bernardino Massacre, and we now know it's also a terrorist attack. You say the news was broadcast here in Japan as well. I worry about you, so I sent this email. I hope you and everyone around you are safe and fine. We are, but it was a little bit scary, I'll be honest with you, because on Wednesday, as the events were unfolding around 11 o'clock in San Bernardino, or South San Bernardino, I was at Cal State San Bernardino, and we started to get news of what was happening, and it was a little scary because for a few hours the police did not know where the suspects were, and of course eventually they found and shot and killed the suspects, but it was a little bit scary. In fact, at Cal State San Bernardino at 6 p.m. that day, they actually decided to close the entire campus down, just let everybody go home. And I actually had a class at 4 o'clock, and I had several emails, Kay, from my students who were very concerned. They did not want to come to class, so they asked me what they should do, and I told them to stay home. I told them I wouldn't count them absent from the class, so it was a little bit scary, to say the least. And then you see, and the news also reminded me that I was writing an essay about a gun control law with your help. I remember that, when you were doing that. You say, I hope this tragic incident will help with making the law much more strict and nobody will be killed with guns. I hope so too. I hope so. There's kind of two things that are coming out of this terrible tragedy. One is gun control and what we can do in our nation to limit the use of guns, and then how that will help in decreasing the number of mass shootings that we're having. That's one part of it. Now the second part of the equation here is this is not the ordinary mass shooting that we have seen in the United States over the last few months and the last few years. This seems to be some type of international terrorism event. That's what I'm starting to see in the news. So that's the other problem, is how do we prevent these radicalized individuals, from taking, building explosives and getting guns and then killing innocent people. So we got these two issues that we got to deal with now. But anyway, thank you very much for your comments, Kay. It's good to hear from you again. And if I remember correctly, I think you were in my 105 or my 102, English 102, English 105 class. Am I right? Okay, now, if anybody else has any comments at my YouTube channel, if any of you guys want to say anything, go right ahead. If you have some advice or solutions, for example, what we can do in the United States to help reduce, first of all, the mass shootings that we have had in the United States this year and in previous years, and what else can we do to fight terrorism? Or should we even fight it at all? So if anyone has any comments in those two areas, feel free to make your comments right below this video.